Part of what I wanted to say, I couldn't deliver, I didn't know anyway. Such a bittersweet taste, such a perfect waste, oh, hiding in the back of my conscious state. Such a wonderful sound, such a beautiful way to hit the ground. I hear you call through the echoes of my mind.
Good morning, Moordale. Today, we shall be hearing from a sexual health expert.
I'm here to start an open conversation about SEX.
Hello, I'm Sophia Jessica, and welcome to the Fan Carpet.
We're at the world premiere for Sex Education Season 2. It's very exciting. It's quite nerve-wracking, but yeah, I'm very proud of the show and I'm excited for everyone to see it.
It is very exciting. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about this since the first season came out. It's a show I'm incredibly proud of. Just to take it here. It's me in London. It's me in my hometown. It's cool.
We're at the Genesis Cinema in East London, and it feels great. It feels a bit weird. It feels so surreal.
It feels amazing. I was just saying before that it's a lot bigger than the screening last year, so it's also a bit overwhelming, but in a good way.
We are at the world premiere of Season 2 of Sex Education on Netflix. And yeah, it feels good. I'm nervous though. I've just done like the red carpet and my legs were like shaking like mad. Like I'm very nervous, but it feels so good that it's like the show has been made and like people can see it now, and so it feels good to be here.
I am so excited. I'm super thrilled. Honestly, just so ready to watch it as well, more than anything, anticipating that.
There are more adult storylines, not just adult theme, but adult storylines with other, and more interaction between not just Jean and students, but also Jean and other adults, and so that's interesting.
Maeve goes through quite significant changes. She spends a lot more time with Aimee, which is great. So Aimee and Maeve don't have to pretend that their friendship doesn't exist anymore. They can fully be themselves again, which is really lovely. And we sort of see Maeve have to kind of take on a new role as a daughter, and kind of try and see how she fits in, you know, her family life as well as her new school life. So yeah, it was really interesting to play, so I'm excited for people to see it.
More of the same fun, more of the same shenanigans. A few things have changed in school. We've got some new people arrive, some new characters, shaking things up. Otis has a girlfriend, so he's learning about everything that comes with having a girlfriend, as you can imagine. Yeah, it's fun. And then we get to see a bit more about these characters. We dive a bit more into their lives. Now that we know who they are, we can really kind of see the ins and outs.
She has quite a journey this season. She experiences a trauma which kind of makes her reevaluate her place in the world and what she thinks about people and her trust levels, because I think she's been a very trusting person her whole life, and then this just kind of shocks her into this new state, but it also makes her grow and mature and maybe face the fact that sometimes you don't feel happy and sometimes you feel sad, and that's all right.
It's really bizarre because when the first season was about to come out, you know, we sort of had a hot dog and went to a little cinema and we watched the show that we were hoping that we would find an audience. You know, peak TV as we're in. You make a show with all the right kind of elements, and you just hope that an audience will take to it. And we were kind of rather flabbergasted about how the audience took to it. I think we hoped for the reaction that we got, but we kind of ended up getting it. And so this sort of difficult, weird second album is kind of strange because now there's obviously a lot more attention on the show. You know, hopefully we make it fly as well as we did the first.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe that a couple months ago, a year now, I was watching Sex Education in my couch in France. And I was a fan, and now I'm at the premiere as a part of the cast. I'm really proud and feel really lucky.
Pretty much all of the characters go on like such a journey. Like, there's so much, and there's so much that's not really, that I don't think that people will be expecting. Yeah, it's all gorgeous and explosive.
I think
think that the storytelling feels a little bit bigger. We've added some new characters. We're very much kind of continuing Otis's journey and the tension between him and his mum, and there's a lot of love triangles and sort of juicy stories to be had. But yeah, I think in general the whole thing just feels a little bit bigger than series 1. It's her first day back at school. Well, she actually joins Moordale, so we get to see Ola sort of discovering out who she is. The fact that she doesn't really have many friends, but she has an amazing connection with Lily in the beginning, and so we can definitely expect a lot more growth, I think, from Ola.
Raim is a French student sent by his parents to Moordale to study, and he's going to come and he's going to move some head, and it's going to move everything.
Delving deeper, more characters, just a lot more of what we love.
There's a lot of humour, there's a lot of humanity, and I think what made I remember watching the first 3 episodes with the producers, and they kind of nervously said, "What do you think?" And I said, it's all about the characters, genuinely. And if you don't follow the characters or fall in love with the characters, then you won't follow their stories and what they have to say. So I think that was the brilliance of it. But it was brilliantly cast as well, which means that you cast actors, these brilliant young people who kind of fulfilled these roles and brought them off the page and brought them alive, and you care about them. And I think that won't change. You are invested in these characters, and I think they'll be followed, I hope, till the ends of the sex education era.
It was so much nicer actually, because everyone knew, we all just kind of knew what we were doing a lot more, and everyone was a lot more comfortable in their characters, and we all knew each other as well because it was a lot of the same crew, and yeah, it was wicked.
We're a very close-knit family on sex education, and so like having the newbies in, it was like, how's this gonna go? But they slotted in like a absolute, they got on with us like a house on fire, and they're very much part of the family now. That's my fam, it's my Netflix family, and so it was very good to be back with them, back in Moordale, back in those school corridors. It was good to be back.
I sort of feel like everyone's become a bit of a sort of like a large kind of dysfunctional family, and everyone kind of gets together over the summer, and there's a lot of love between like the cast and the crew, and it's just sort of a real happy environment, happy place. So it was great to be back there.
Everybody's taken the next step romantically and sexually, and they're still figuring things out, but it's sort of, same but bigger, better, messier.
This really kind of takes the formula that we set in the first season and just blows it out of the park in a way that it's so extraordinary to watch, even being in it myself and kind of having seen it through doing it, and then watching the final product and just being like, I mean, everything that could happen happens this season.
It was fun. It was good. It was, I have a bit of a different relationship with the school this term, and so it's I get to interact with more of the kids, which is fun.
Everything's going to get a lot deeper. The characters show different sides, new nuances. It's going to be great. You're just going to get to know everyone a lot better, I think.
All the chemistry that you see between us on screen is very, very much real, and it's kind of all of our friendship. So yeah, I'm really proud of it, and just chuffed. I hope that the people that really connected with those characters the first time will connect with them again and want to know what happens next in the story. That's all I can hope for, really.
We have such a great group of people, not just the cast, but the entire production, the crew. We all become this big family. I know a lot of people say that, but I really mean it. So being able to come back again last summer for season 2 it did feel like we were coming back to school a little bit, seeing the same faces. It was special.
We didn't know how it was going to be received the first time round. We kind of just did it, loving the work itself, loving the script, loving the cast, loving the crew, and just hoping you guys loved it too, and it was well received. So humbled,
There's something about filming away from town, because we film it in Wales. So it's everybody gets on the train, goes to Cardiff, and it's like going back to university. So we're all away, and we're all this little gang, and it felt like going back to school. So it was day 1, was the first day back at term. It was with the shooties just over there, but I think there was a scene just with Eric and Otis in the locker corridor, and it felt like no time had passed, and we were just back there for the second term.
It felt like no time had passed. Like everything that happened in between felt like it didn't happen, because it's such a little time warp. And the universe is so well made, like the art and the props and the sets, they're so incredible that you just kind of feel like you're in this little bubble, and it just seemed to stay exactly the same, and we'd gone out and done all these different things, but we came back and it just felt like home.
There's not one bad egg, and everyone is so sweet and so kind, and it felt like we never left. I don't know, people have probably said the same thing, but it felt like we never left at all.
It's incredible to be part of such an innovative young group of people who are just creative and fun and super woke. So for me, it's just a joy.
It's like meeting up with my kids, and I don't mean that patronisingly, because I am basically their dad, and it was great. It's such a unique and brilliant working environment, and it's an easy thing to say, but it's genuinely true. You kind of rush back to work because the same team returned, and that sometimes doesn't happen. You can get the same actors, but the directors will change and all the rest of it, but everybody returned. Everyone wanted to return, and it's just really fun to work on.
Considering how positive everyone was about season 1, I really feel like they'll get even more attached to all the characters and to all of the arcs, and it's going to be a real heartbreaker, I think, in the best way.
Well, I think they can expect to learn a lot more about each of the characters individually, and just kind of like the world of Moordale has just like exploded, like it's completely opened up, and so we really get like a in-depth understanding of everything that's going on.
I hope that people will like it as much as we love to shoot it, and I think that I think that people will love it.
The worldwide audience, I think, took us by surprise, because we made it obviously as a British show and hoped that it would be like people would respond to it around the world, but we had no clue how much love it would receive around the world. And that was the most gratifying thing, I think, about making the first series. We hope, obviously, that it will be the same again. I think Laurie wasn't writing sort of in response to fan demands, but it was, I think, both from her writing and us on set, we knew what worked, and I think we lent into that a bit more. So I'm hoping very much that it strikes the same chord as last year.
I think everyone can relate to sex education. That's what's so amazing about it, is that it's just human stories. So I think it's going to go down a treat.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content next time.
This is entirely about the money.
It's good to be back in business.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, with the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels. It's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you round Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.